Rapp and Hughes, I haven't heard of.
Oh yes, that was my grandfather's firm.
And this then came straight down through the family line.
Nearly, not quite. Well, it's a funny story really, because my grandfather, when he died, he forgot to make a codicil or a special note in his will to say that he wished this to come down to his granddaughter, which is me. And so in fact it all went up to a sale with all the other clocks and other very fine pieces that he had, and my father had to actually go and rebid for this clock to get it back again so that it could come down through the family.
That's great. This is it's always interesting to find documentation. He got into clocks in quite a big way because, in fact, this advertising document, and this is a proof, it's very interesting, it's dated on the back, 1905, and there's a lovely note here, and it says, "Sir or Madam, we respectfully beg to draw your attention to our yearly winding and repairing by contract." This is the bit I like. "Many valuable clocks, etc., have been rendered useless for want of skillful and practical attention." It's wonderful.
My mother keeps the clock in her house, and in fact it is wound and it keeps very, very good time. It's never needed any adjustment or any repair.
Well, I was about to say that, but what happened to the case? It's green.
What's the key?
No, that's green. The case has all gone green.
I don't know. It all wants re-gilding, doesn't it?
Yeah. In fact, it's not too bad. The clock itself is French.
Yes.
Yes, French, and quite late in the last century, probably around about 1885. We call them four-glass clocks for the very logical reason that there are 1, 2, 3, 4 glasses in the case. And usually they're much plainer than this. This one is a particularly elaborate case, and the dial with its diamante bezel.
Yes.
I did hope it was diamonds.
No, it's very much diamantes. Now, if you look at the inside of the case, clearly, because the doors have been shut, except for when you wind it, the gilding, of course, has survived very well. Whereas on the outside, I suspect at some time there's been some very acidic atmosphere, and you've actually got green verdigris.
Yes, it's bad. That's very bad. I knew that.
The answer is it wouldn't be too bad a thing to have it regilded, providing you can get it done by somebody who can get the colour correct.
But would I need to use an expert to have it gilded, or could I do it?
Oh, you definitely need an expert. No,
I'm an illuminator. I work with gold.
But this is electrogilding. This is done by electrogilding.
Oh.
It's done by placing the various parts of the clock into a solution of gold, dissolved in some very unpleasant chemicals.
Really?
Passing an electric current through, and the gold is basically attracted onto the surface of the metal. A very good
So I've been
expert.
very wise not to touch it.
Yes.
It's bothered me because it looks rather derelict, doesn't it?
Well,
on the
take very good
outside.
advice before you do it.
Yes.
But financially it's worth doing. I suppose you would have to pay for this tarted up, if we can use that word in its best
Yes.
sense.
Yes.
You'd have to pay well over £2,000.
That's more than the clock's worth.
Oh no, it's worth that. Not to have it done. No, that's what it's worth.